Hello, and welcome back to Universal Love Law. Thank you for tuning in. Today's video will be about the illusion of each stellium. So if you have 4 or more planets in one of your houses, that means that there's a lot of information to be received in that area of life. Remember, an illusion is giving us the opportunity to experience truth, and this life is an illusion. All the information that we are getting from this areas of life having a stellium is being recorded and understood. And all of this information goes back to the mental realm where Source experiences life through us. Now, let's start with if you have a first house stellium and what your illusion consists of. Remember that the first house is ruled by Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. And it's very important to note that the first house is the sense of self. So of course, the illusion that we are experiencing and teaching us through the experiences that we have is the perception that the physical body is real. This is a false perception. But the truth is, the physical body is not real. Ultimately, the perception of self is the illusion. So when we think past our physical bodies, it's very important to note that how you feel about yourself, your self-value, and the experiences that you have with others that teach you about your personality and your perception of self is the illusion. When we're experiencing life here, we're having experiences with the perception of ourself for all of you first house stelliums. So it's important for you to be observant and aware of your experiences. The second house is ruled by Taurus, and it is also the ruler of Venus. Venus rules Taurus, but it also rules Earth. The second house is more earthly, tangible. So of course, the illusion that one learns with the second house stellium is the perception that our valuables are real. Because the 5 senses, okay? If we can sense it, we can feel it, we can touch it, we can hear it, we can see it, we can smell it. All of these things create a perception that physical things are real. But it's so important for us to know that we in fact are just filling a void when we believe that these are real. Second house stelliums are here to learn to detach from all people and places and things because they are all an illusion. It's important to experience these things with a detached, observant outlook. And this is what second house stelliums learn in this lifetime. For all of you third house stelliums, it's really important for you guys to learn the illusion. But first, the third house is ruled by Gemini and Mercury. So, it's important for third house stellium people to realize the perception that reality consists of connections to familiar places and people is the illusion. The illusion is that this is a small world, and ultimately what third house stellium people learn is the world is so much larger. The connections that we have with people can be expanded upon. There's so many more people for us to see, to learn about, and experience. And that's what third house stellium people are here to learn. The truth is brought through the illusion of the experience. So third house experiences bring forth an understanding that the world is not as small as we think it is. Moving along, to the fourth house. The fourth house is ruled by Cancer, and that is ruled by the moon. It governs our emotions, and it's so important for fourth house stellium people to understand that the perception of the home it's outside of oneself is a false perception, when in fact, home is in the temple. The temple is within ourself. Self-nurturing is so key for fourth house stellium people. And the experiences that we experience through these illusions in life teaches fourth house people that home is always and will forever be within. A safe space can always be created from within. The home is very, very important. But the illusion of home being the most important thing is in fact the true understanding that home is within the temple. Moving along to the fifth house. The fifth house is ruled by Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. So it's very important for fifth house stellium people to understand the important purpose of their illusion. The perception of self is connectivity, whole and complete when lively, experienced through expression. It's very important for fifth house people to express themselves and to express themselves freely without the fear of the judgment of others. It's very important for fifth house people to express their creativity and bring it forth into this world. And that's when they learn that the illusion is expression. That is the illusion that they are here to experience and live in its totality. Moving along to the sixth house. The sixth house is ruled by Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. It's very important for sixth house people to understand what their illusion is. The illusion that they are here to experience. Because in this illusion, we learn truth. And the perception of values, the value that is placed on the work one does, it does equate to self-gratification. So it's so important for sixth house stellium people to remember their illusion that they're here to experience is the value of their service to others and the self-gratification that they get from helping others. This is a part of the illusion that sixth house people experience. Self-gratification is the key and the goal. Moving along to the seventh house. The seventh house is ruled by Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. The seventh house deals with our relationships with others, and it is the descendant. It is the descendant to the ascendant, which is the first house. The first house is with self, but the seventh house is with others. So it's so important for seventh house people to understand the illusion that they are here to experience. The illusion, that perception one has, is connected to how people perceive you. The outside people that we attract through our projection is ultimately the role that's being played throughout this experience. So when we talk about illusion, most of those illusions will be all around projection onto others. And this is a part of the 7th house stellium illusion. Moving along to the 8th house stellium. The 8th house stellium is, the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. And it's very important for those people who have an 8th house stellium to understand the truth that they learn through this illusion is the perception of what you desire outside of yourself is an illusion. False desires is an illusion. And the struggle for power is a part of the illusion. These aspects of life teach 8th house stelliums so much truth. And they are here to understand this illusion. And with experiences like struggle of power and loss and false desires, help the 8th house stellium person to experience gaining power, regaining, strengthening oneself. And this is a part of the illusion that they are here to experience. Next is the 9th house. The 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. It's very important for 9th house stellium people to understand the truth through their experiences. So, the perception that all things are meant to be complex and deeply understood is a false illusion. The truth is, very complex concepts can be explained very simple. So living life and understanding complexity in its most simplest form, being able to teach others complex concepts in its simplest form is the illusion that one with a 9th house stellium experiences. Also, being the teacher and the student. Moving along to the 10th house. The 10th house is ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. The 10th house has a purpose to fulfill. And the illusion that is experienced, that teaches the 10th house stellium truth, is that the perception of success you have is calculated that by the position of authority in social structure. And this is true to a certain extent because 10th house stellium people ultimately are here to learn about the ego. The ego is expressed when feelings of success are felt. And learning how to balance the ego is the key for 10th house stelliums. And this is the illusion that presents truth for us all. Next is the 11th house, which is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet of rebellion, the planet of newness. So, of course, when we talk about the truth of all illusions, the perception that groups we are associated with are adding value to the world is a major aspect in the illusion that one experiences. So for all 11th house stellium people, it's so important for you to associate yourself with a group that is larger than life. And this is the illusion experience that one will face when they're out living life. And the information brought back to the collective helps us all become better humanitarians. Moving along, last but not least, is the 12th house. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. And it's very important for all 12th house people to understand an extremely deep illusion. The perception that the unknown subconscious aspect of ourself cannot be understood in its entirety is deception to self. And that is the illusion. Being able to overcome the illusion of deception to oneself is the key. And many experiences will be wrapped and centered around self-disregard. But 12th house people learn to regard the self and to tap in tune with the subconscious. Remember, this video was created for people to understand the way we utilize terminology. The way we utilize the word illusion is so powerful because we must understand that first and foremost, all of this is an illusion. Even though we can feel it, experience it, touch it, smell it, all of these aspects, we need to understand that this experience is so important for the collective. Thank you.